Hi folks, are you sitting comfortably? Good. Pay attention to this race whilst I waffle on about why sim racing is fecking amazing. This race, by the way, just quickly, this happened online at the end of last week after coming home from a long day of work. Jumped online and there's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of us in this race, and it's at the Nürburgring. It's the full circuit, the 24-hour with the GP track and the full Nürburgring combined. Now there's many reasons why sim racing is amazing. Just to give you the context of that day, I'd been doing a painting job with a friend of mine, which I've been doing for 4 days, in the hope of getting some regular paid work, because I have no income at the moment because COVID-19 ruined all of that for me. Lockdown has not, it's been a struggle to get through. The one thing that's really got me through is sim racing. I get home after about 8 or 9 hours painting and a good hour and a half of travelling, and it's late and I'm tired, but I decide it's the last day. I'm going to jump online and just see if I can pick up a race. So I fire up Automobilista 2 and go into the multiplayer, find this server which was running this track, these cars, GT3s, and usually you see a Nordschleifer server, especially in a set of course or something like that, and it's a track day, it's a practice server. But I looked in there and I could see that the practice session was already over. That had been going on for an hour, but it was then in qualifying, and there were 10 minutes left, and then there was a 4-lap race, and I thought, I have never ever actually had a race at this track, one of the most amazing, longest race circuits in the world. I'm getting in on that. I'm getting straight in on that. It's an experience I've never had, and not with AI either, with real people. So I jumped in and I went out for 10 minutes of qualifying, which is not enough to get a qualifying lap, because you've got to do your out lap, which is about a good 7 minutes. Then you've got to do your qualifying timed lap. So I didn't get a timed lap. Somehow I ended up in this position, because it turned out a lot of people hadn't got a lap, but these two guys in front had. I'm in third at the moment. And it turned out to be one of the most amazing sim races or sim experiences I've ever had in my life, because I'm racing with real people, and as you're going to see, I didn't realise, but whoever had set up the server had set it up with changing weather and a day to night cycle. So things are going to change throughout this race in terms of weather and light. And also I've jumped onto a server with full damage going on, not really enough time to practice, at the end of a day's work, and I'm thinking, right, I want to do well, but I also don't want to crash the car. So I've got that on my mind as well. So I'm really locked in. And talking of being locked in, we've all, here in the UK and other countries as well, we've all been locked in for months. Stuff's not been easy, especially if you're like me and you haven't had an income. And it's things like this that have got me through. What I was doing before the lockdown, I had a job where I was working with people every day. I was physically active. Obviously that stopped, and now I've got a bit of a podge because I'm not so physically active. But I was sick. I also ran a weekly jam session at the local pub. That went, so I lost that. And coming online and going on to servers, also racing with people I know in leagues, has just given me a bit of connection. And now look, see, the fog's come down, things are changing, visibility's getting low. I'm thinking, be careful now, because visibility is getting low. The fog in this, in Automobilista 2, this is Automobilista 2 by Reason Studios, of course, it's just fantastic. And anyway, it's really got me through running this channel, which I started in the UK. We've had two full-on lockdowns. I started this in the first lockdown. Running this channel has really got me through. Please, by the way, if you're watching this, it takes hours, sometimes days to make these videos. It would take you less than a second, if you like them, to click the subscribe button. That means just a second of your time. To me, it would mean a hell of a lot more, trust me. So yeah, do subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. Anyway, so here I am after a day's work painting. I'm in this amazing race. I'm in 3rd position. I'm keeping up. That's great. Also, during the first lockdown, I have mentioned in previous videos that sim racing has actually helped me in many ways, not just through lockdown, but it's helped me with many things. It's helped me get over an addiction which was ruining my life, taking my money and screwing up my health, and I thought this has got to stop, and sim racing did that for me. It's given me some goals. Basically, I quit that and decided to work my arse off with the goal of getting finally, after years, building myself a proper sim rig. And I've got a pretty decent one now. It's not the Taj Mahal, but it's pretty damn decent. Everything here is paid for by myself, and I managed to put together a decent rig for less than half the cost of what it should have all cost brand new. Some of it is brand new, but I managed to get a good deal on that from some wonderful companies. And running this channel has given me something to focus on. It's been an immense help, as I know it has for modders, content creators, and just people who love this hobby. You know, it's probably got you through the lockdown as well. I am waffling on here a bit. That's going to happen, unfortunately. Today is the end of lockdown, so you know, it's my birthday tomorrow, so it's a bit of a thing. It's a bit of a week, this one. And now look, we're going into night time. You know, to come home and be able to do this is just absolutely the way I was feeling when I was actually driving. This is probably the only video I've ever done where I'm not actually driving whilst I'm commentating. This is the first sort of voiceover video I've ever done. And I'm going to stick trackside cameras in here so you can see everything, because this experience was just to be able to come home and race in a racing version of a luxury car at one of the world's longest race circuits. Just to be able to have this experience is absolutely amazing, and this is why sim racing is amazing. It's the community that I'm involved with because of sim racing. You know, when I want to go league racing, I meet up with the guys from RCL, Racecraft Legends, run by Cuba, aka Jakob, and I'm part of their Discord channel. Those guys are amazing. They organise races about 4 or 5 days a week. It's amazing. GT3s, Formula cars. They're going into NASCAR, I believe. Everything. You know, there's another. They use R Factor 2. There's another group I go and race with occasionally called Online Sim Racing. They use Automobilista 2. And we have races and all sorts of V8s. Australian V8s are popular with them at the moment. We have a great time, and I'm talking to people online on Discord whilst we're racing, and I'm getting a bit of that human connection that I've been missing, because I'm very sociable. The job I did was working with people all day. The jam sessions I run, I'm working with musicians. We're communicating both, you know, through words and through music, and it's just given me that. And believe me, I need that, because I've had my low moments. I've had some pretty fecking awful low moments. You know, and here I am racing with, just come home, jumped into a server, and I'm racing with these people online. The people that run if you're ever online in R Factory and you see an RCL server, it'll just have RCL at the front, and then whatever else they're racing at the back. They leave those servers open until the start of the race. Go and join that server, and you'll probably meet some of these guys, and they'll probably invite you to join the league. And they're brilliant guys to race with, so well organised. Same with online sim racing in Automobilista 2. The previous I mentioned, of course, is R Factor 2, but by Studio 397. But if you see an online sim racing server in AMS2, go and join that server. It's open. Speak to the guys; they're amazing. Everything that's happened over this lockdown, so much stuff has happened that I've felt sort of in a part of. It's like the reason I chose when I saw this server, I'd usually choose a McLaren out of the 4 GT3 cars, but I chose a Porsche because as soon as I saw it, I immediately thought of Sabine Schmidt, because of course she raced a Porsche at the Nordschleife, and she was an amazing legend. Race in peace, Sabine Schmidt. You know, that happened, and the online community all came together, made videos about her. Jimmy Broadbent's gone off and done a lap of the Nordschleife in honour of her. People have been making videos about, you know, when Murray Walker died, posting videos of some of his funniest commentary moments, you know, like when he was on Jeremy Clarkson's show and Jeremy Clarkson got him to do his electric commentary on the snooker. He made it sound as exciting as racing, or as fast paced as racing. Don't know how he did that, it was brilliant. But there's that, there's the stuff that happened with Mike with Simracing 604, who I've shared a couple of emails with, what happened over his channel with the copyright strikes. There's been really sad moments, like unfortunately the passing of William Marsh, and it's been amazing to see the sim racing community come together and just pay respects. And it's the connection that I felt has been absolutely amazing. And again, this race, now we're in complete darkness. Just going back to the heart of the matter, we're now in complete darkness. I'm following headlights, and I still have managed not to scrape a barrier. Very pleased with that. Absolutely amazing. I'm waffling on here, but it's been a shitty year. Let's face it. With these lockdowns, which I've got my own opinions on, basically my opinion is lockdown and COVID-19 is rubbish, and it's, well, no one's liked it, have they? Oh, look at the sparks coming up. So that was one thing when I was racing, seeing him he's hit the wall there, the sparks coming off. And I'm making an overtake. I can, you know, I didn't want to make an overtake through someone else's mistake, but I've made an overtake, and now I've got his headlights, you know, illuminating my mirror. It's just an amazing experience. But all through lockdown, there's been wonderful websites like Race Department keeping us updated with new news, what's going on, giving us something to have a look at every day. I've had the odd chat with Paul Jeffries. There's the sim racing community's had a bit of a boom, I guess, because of maybe down to the lockdown. You know, there's good things come out of everything, and so I guess there has been good things come out of these lockdowns. Sort of galvanised the community and brought more people to it for this funny little hobby of ours, which we all take really seriously. Look at the lighting around the edge of that track. That's just fantastic. The caravans lit up and the tents. Just amazing. We've had every update of this game, Automobilist 2 by Reason Studios, has been like a birthday present, and I know there's another big one coming this month, and it's my birthday month, so that'll be my celebration. R-Factor 2 has done amazing things through the first lockdown. They ran the amazing 24 hours of Le Mans online with, what was it, something like 300 and something odd computers connected across the globe doing that, real drive. It's just been amazing. And of course, Motorsport Games now there's exciting things with them, getting involved with R-Factor 2, and R-Factor 2 now seems to be getting really exciting again. And they brought out the updated version of Circuit d'Azur with the updated AI, so, you know, in with hardly any income, with the little bit of money that I have saved from when I was working and what I've got coming in, I was able to afford to buy, you know, the odd track here and there when it's come out. Automobilist 2 is bought and paid for because I bought the season pass way back when I was working, and it's just fantastic. And making these videos, like I said, these videos sometimes take a whole day to make. Sometimes they take weeks to plan. If I'm doing a specific video on, this hobby has. I've always liked motor racing, but this hobby has really made me learn in real detail certain cars. And I'm weaving all over the place here because I'm in front of this guy now. I'm just like, I don't want you getting the place back just because of my slipstream, and I know this is a long straight, so I was weaving about there, admittedly. Anyway, losing my train of thought here. When I've wanted to research, really research certain cars, I've learned so much about the cars, where they came from, other things which are not necessarily sim racing related that I've picked up through the research, you know, like learning about Brazil, because of course in Automobilist 2 I've been introduced to so many amazing Brazilian track. That country has an amazing racing. I'd really like to visit it now. You know, I can say the odd word in Portuguese now because of sim racing. Because of sim racing. I'm much healthier because of sim racing. I have a bit, like I said, it's got me through certain addictions, and I have an addictive personality, and I guess you could say sim racing is a bit of an addiction, but it's a healthy one, it's a positive one. I mean, reading that article on Race Department where they interviewed a modder who makes tracks in his spare time, who's also a graphic designer. His favourite part of the week, he said in the interview, was to finish up his bread and butter work and then get on with making some tracks. It's his passion. You know, it's a really positive, creative hobby. It really is. You know, occasionally I've got out the guitar halfway through a stream, and I've even written a couple of little ditties because of sim racing. I posted a Christmas video on a Christmas song on Race Department inspired by sim racing and their Don't Get Whammed competition. I wrote a song about what I thought of the situation that Mike from Sim Racing 604 had gotten into, which was about our community and about sim racing. So it's inspired me to do positive stuff like play the bloody guitar, you know, and it gave me a good excuse to give my brother's amazing jazz music an airing when I did the video on Monte Carlo Rush, the video Monte Carlo Rush, which was all about the anticipation of the new version of, or the updated version of Circuit d'Azur, which I was looking very much forward to and I'm now enjoying very much. And to think that, you know, you could go down the pub and literally just suck away 40 quid over the course of an evening, and you've got nothing to show for it. And then with Simracing, you can buy a track for 7 quid, less than the price of 2 pints down the pub, and you enjoy that forever, and it will give you countless hours of enjoyment. You know, and I've loved watching the progress of people like Jimmy Broadbent, who through Simracing is now practicing for a race in a real car, and not just any car. It's a motherfucking prototype car. It's just amazing to see what's happened. The Le Mans 24-hour online, basically for me that was history. That made history. Look, we're now I've somehow made it into first position. I'm leading, and it's foggy as hell. This is just an absolutely amazing experience to have. And also, through doing these videos and this channel, I've got talking to a lot of people. VR Racing has been in contact with me a lot. Go and check out his channel. He does some amazing stuff. I've been speaking to other YouTubers, people who have commented on my videos, and thanks for your I know quite a few of you are looking forward to I will be bringing out a video to update you on the progress me and Pete have made with Pete's amazing seat cushion, which has turned into much more of that now. That is coming, but like I said, I was kind of away from the computer for pretty much most of the day, if not all of it. I was away till late some nights, and haven't had time to make the new video. And of course, Pete lives in the town where I was going to do the painting, so I've been popping around to his afterwards to go over a few things, and he's been tweaking the hardware and asking me if I can, I've been picking up bits from his. I've been going back home, and over this weekend I've been able to report back my findings to him after playing with it with the software through SimHub. I do apologise to everyone. This is a real waffling video, but I don't know, I'm feeling a bit of a sense of relief, because today is the first day of the end of our lockdown, sort of the end of it, still restrictions, but we can go out, we can see our mates, we can go down the pub, we can go shopping, you can actually walk into a music shop and try out a guitar. You couldn't do that over this lockdown. Only essential shops would allow people in. Funny enough, off licenses were essential. You can walk into an off license. What does that tell you? But this whole thing has been my support bubble. It's been my bloody bubble. I mean, I've got my friends outside of the sim racing community that I keep in touch with on Facebook, on the phone, and they've been great. I love them. Me and my family as well. We've had struggles. I'm living. I've 42 years old tomorrow, and I'm living in the house where I grew up with my parents and my brother. We're all stuck here together. I know, right? Sad, long story. But somehow we've managed to get through it. I can't even get my bloody driving license back. There's no jobs to get around here. There's no jobs to get. There hasn't been anyone taking anyone on because no one's got any money to employ anyone. So, the only thing you could possibly do is go and get a driving job, go and deliver for Amazon or whatever. Couldn't even do that because can't get my driving license, which I paid for months ago back from the bloody DVLA. Guess why? We're too busy because of COVID-19. COVID-19 is the excuse for everything. So yeah, I haven't been able to drive even if I wanted to. So I've been able to drive in these amazing simulations. So, you know, thanks to the developers who have been working. Oh, look at this amazing. The sun is now coming up. Just this experience was fantastic. I'm in first position on my first ever online race with real people at the Nordschleife. This was just an amazing experience. It's just superb. It blows me away that we're lucky people. We're so lucky to have this technology and this hobby and enjoy it. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, you know. Some people would rather be sitting out in the field just playing guitar. I do sometimes, because I don't just sim race, of course. But what sim racing has given me has just been fantastic. Experiences like this, you know, and so thanks to the devs for carrying on. I took that corner terribly, didn't I? Thanks to the devs for carrying on, working away in basically a niche market. So you know these guys are doing it for the passion. You can tell how much they're into it. I mean, the guys at Studio 397 named their studio after the most amount of laps that were ever done at Le Mans. What does that tell you? You know, Reza put more passion into their title than you could put into a passion fruit. You know, also with the lockdown, I've seen amazing interviews and streams online with the developers of Corsa Composizione. You know, we had the devs online streaming, organising races, talking about the simulation, talking about the data that goes in and out. It's so amazing, the stuff I've learned. You know, like learning about the fact that Interlagos used to have a corner which I think is the most beautifully named corner in motorsport. You know, Curva del Sol, Curve of the Sun. What a beautiful name. I never knew that. I never knew that a Chevrolet Opala was. I never noticed that it was in a James Bond movie. I didn't know that before. You know, I didn't know that Sterling Moss turned up at the 1976 or 78 auto show at Interlagos where the car was debuted. You know, little things like that. I didn't know that Virginia's most popular trees were the maples and the loblily pines. I only learnt that through making a video about sim racing and about that track, and the fact that it's about 600 miles south of where the Chevrolet Camaro was manufactured. You know, I didn't know these little things. And like I said, it's really given me something to focus on and helped me from stop getting so bloody low. You know, I want to go and pour 12 bottles of anything down my throat. You know, it's kept me sane. It's helped me feel part of a community. Look at this. Look at this. The fog's it's just changed to fog again. It's just amazing. It's got me through. And thanks to all of the people who run the websites like Race Department, you know, thanks to the guys over at Racecraft Legends, thanks to Jakob and all of you for organising the amazing races that I'm usually last or second from last in, but whilst I'm racing I end up talking to, you know, a guy who's racing from the mountains over in America. He's in the mountains racing, and I'm chatting to him about the mod that they made that we're racing. It's just fecking fantastic. It really is. And now that lockdown's ended, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to the work that I used to do, because I don't know if the venues that I used to do the work for are going to be able to pay me, because they're going to take some time to recoup some money. But if I can get something behind me, there's maybe a little sim racing dream that I've always had for a very long time now that I might try and do, which would get sim races all under one roof together, all enjoying the hobby, but, you know, have that connection. It's like, you know, it's a bit like running the jams. You know, you can talk to each other over the internet about music, but being in the same room and playing together, where you're bouncing off ideas to each other instantly, is just, I've missed that. Sim racing's kind of been almost like playing live with, it's been like playing live with people, because of course you can sim race online and it's all happening kind of instantly with the technology that we've got. And look at this now, the fog's gone, we're on the last lap. So I mean, what can I say? Just thank you for these experiences. Thank you also to everyone that subscribed to my channel. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, because, well, if you do that, if I get enough subscribers, because I've got over 1,000 views on some of my videos, but I've only got about 285 subscribers. If all of the people that like one of my videos, one of my 1,000 plus viewed videos, all subscribed, it'd mean a click of a button to you, but it would mean that a small hairy bloke in Norfolk gets a bit of an income, and I can make even better videos and, you know, buy a webcam that isn't, you know, fuzzy low resolution, and keep doing this, because I want to keep doing this. I enjoyed doing this over the lockdowns. And thank you to all the modders who, Tommy 78, I bought Tommy's mod. I'm sure if you're into rFactor 2, you must have heard of Tommy's amazing DTM 1991 mod. That is fantastic. I would recommend it to anyone. Go and buy all of the cars. Buy the season pass. You know, you've got the Merc, you've got the BMW, you've got the Opel Carlton in there, or the Amiga, which is, you know, the motherfudging Vauxhall Carlton. That's amazing. I now have a Vauxhall Carlton in both Automobilista 2 and rFactor 2, and the reason I've got it in rFactor 2 is thanks to Tommy. His mods are amazing. Just type in Tommy 78 or 79, sorry, into Google with rFactor 2, you'll find his page. I'm going to buy his Ferrari mod as well, because it's just fantastic. Thanks for that. You know, thanks for just this, for getting this. Has got me through lockdown, COVID-19, and I know there's some of you out there that are now in Europe going into more lockdowns. If you're a sim racer, I hope it doesn't last too long, but at least you've got this amazing hobby. There's a lot of people in the world don't have something like this.
soon.